Hey everybody, back again today with another video. Today we finally were able to get that door open. We're going to do this side fender, hopefully going to get to the rockers as well and get those done, get most of our exterior welding done today. I haven't been able to film the last couple days, been a bit busy with work, but hopefully going to get back to it, have a productive day today, and hopefully be non-stop for the next few days this week. We're quickly running out of time, unfortunately. So this side, we're just going to leave the door open for the fuel. We don't obviously need that because we're doing an interior fuel cell. And I think one thing I decided to do, I'm just going to cut it right about here. There's not too much rust up around this door jamb on this side. So just to save myself a bit of time, I'm only going to do from the door back. And hopefully that makes it a bit easier than the other side. So we're going to get this one fitted, we're going to get it welded, and then we have to finish up welding the other side from the other day as well. So let's get to it. Just a quick interruption before we continue the video. I just want to thank our sponsors for this project: Luke Mansky Racing and Performance, Skyjacker Suspension, Kuma Tires. We really couldn't do it without the help of all these companies. Really excited to get their products on this Jeep. A couple more episodes before we start doing that, but that's coming very soon. We are selling t-shirts to help fund this project. Special edition Johnson Valley t-shirts. You'll find the link for those right about here. Go get those. That's the best way to support us right now. Money directly in our pockets to help fund this thing. Otherwise, if you need any parts, accessories, stuff like that, visit that site as well, or give me a call at the number on that site, and I'd be happy to help you out with any of that. But that's about it. I appreciate it, and we'll get back to the video. Okay, so luckily we have this door here to help us get lined up. That fits pretty much perfectly in there. Then we can just press the front up, and that's going to get us pretty close to where we need to be with this thing. So I'll press it in here. I'll just take my marker. Get a line right across the top. I think then we want to just follow this this edge. We'll probably come straight down, maybe a bit forward to cover some of that rust. We'll go like that. So I've got my, let me see a little bit better there. Got a line marked here. We're going to first cut this fender. We're going to put the fender back up here, and then we're going to draw that line where to cut on the body here. So let's get this back up here. Lined up pretty good. You can see I've got a pretty good line there that I can follow to, oops. Pretty good line I can follow here to get that cut off. Okay. I think I may have accidentally not recorded a bunch of that grinding process, but I know you guys saw it on the other side. I'm not too worried about that. But we're here. We got everything cut off. Cut out this fuel door. Cut, like I said, right behind the door jamb there. This one actually went quite a bit easier and quicker than the other side did. Maybe I just knew what I was doing better. But next thing we got to do is just take this fuel door off. So I got the impact here. Okay, So I got this out, finally. It ended up being a huge problem because I don't know if you can see well, but that is just some gnarly rust on those hose clamps. I wasn't able to get them off, so I had to chop these hoses and peel this thing out the old-fashioned way. We eventually got it. I'm not too worried about the hoses because obviously we're taking that tank out anyways. Yeah, that took a little bit longer than I was supposed to. All right, now that we have all this cut out, we're gonna do one last test fit of this fender. So it fits really well, pretty much everywhere, except here. Not sure how we messed that up quite so bad. I thought we were pretty close when we were lining it up. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and get all the surfaces clean just like I normally would. I will get it tacked up and then we'll decide what to do about this guy later. Okay, so one thing I actually messed up on the other side. I thought it was going to be a good idea at the time, but here, like in the back and around the door jamb, where the two seams of the body overlap, I just left it be. On the other side, I figured more material would be stronger, but actually, it makes it really hard to weld. So I'm going to go back here and grind down that top layer of that body, just to get to a solid piece of that main body, and hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier to weld. So once we get that done, we should be ready to start welding on this piece. Okay, so the phone died. Had to switch out cameras here, so I missed a little bit of this action, but we're starting to get it tacked on. This one I did a bit differently. Like I said, I did grind down the edges a bit more. I also cut a bit higher, so we actually have no overlap here, which I'm not sure that was such a good idea. I don't know how this is normally done. Like I said, I think in the last video, this is my first time ever welding fenders on like this. But these edges, this body is pretty thin. It's melting away really quickly, so I actually am having an easier time on the other side, even though it may not come out looking as good on the other side. This is going to be a bit more flush, but this is definitely going to be tougher. Having a harder time with this for sure. It's a bit windy, so we are fighting that as well on the welds. I keep getting blown out, but we're going to keep trying to do this, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so here we are. I'm having a really hard time capturing footage today. it's so cold out that both phones that I use to record keep dying. So I've really kind of given up on recording a lot of this, but I finally got all this welded. I got this welded. I ended up just filling in this with filler rod. I'm actually going to trim around this seam for clearance of the tires, so that gap at the bottom doesn't really matter too much. The wind's really picking up now, so I'm going to stop welding. I'm going to start grinding this all down and getting it smooth with the flap wheel. That way we can paint it over and hopefully it doesn't look too bad. I'm going to get to that, try to keep this phone warm, and I'll show you guys when I'm finished up with that. Okay, so I was working on getting this ground down. Unfortunately though, my angle grinder just died. It's gonna have to go buy a new one. So I think today we're gonna call it quits on the fenders. We're gonna start working on something up front. I gotta take these doors apart and start getting the front seats out to prep for that cage. So I think we're gonna move on to that today, and hopefully we can get some footage of that, maybe inside the car. The phone will be a little less cold, but I'm gonna do a little cleanup here and then I'll pick up there. Okay, we are up here working on this door. I did the driver's side already, so I kind of know what I'm doing. There's just a few screws we have to take out. Then we have to pop a little circlip out on this handle. Let's see if I can get to it here. It's kind of hard to get to with a big screwdriver like this, but so I got it there. I dropped it. Just a little guy, don't want to lose that. Then handle should come off. We should just be able to pull on it, at least around the sides and bottom. Oh, there's another screw right here. That's why it wouldn't come off. The other side is missing this whole piece, so I didn't even know about it. That explains it. Good thing I didn't break anything. There we go. That was much easier that way. So we'll just leave that hang there. There's two 10mm bolts holding the bottom of this glass pane. So what we got to do I don't think I've talked about this yet, but the reason we're doing all this is I'm going to run Lexan windows here in the front. That way to avoid running safety nets. The rules say if you have the factory glass windows, you have to run safety nets. I don't really want to do that, so we're going to switch out to Lexan windows, which don't require safety nets. Okay. Got that out. I'm going to call it here for the night. I will pick this back up tomorrow with getting these front seats out and hopefully getting back to work on these fenders when I pick up a new grinder. Sorry this video was so chopped up. I know we had a few things go wrong. Obviously you never want that, but we're doing what we can, and we'll get the tools and stuff to replace what we need tomorrow, and we'll get back on this stuff. I appreciate you guys watching.